Alright, stupid, let's just jump into it. You killing my battery. Okay, so you're not an idiot. I know you know how to do cosine pi over 4, sine pi over 4. You go over here to your handy dandy unit circle. The x coordinate is cosine, that's pi over 2. The y coordinate is pi over 2 over 2. Root 2 over 2, my bad. So what I did is break this problem down. Because when I did it, I tried to do it all together. I got 0 and 8. So your best option is to break down each of them. So solve for this, then solve for that, then solve for this, then solve for that. Okay. You know that this one is... Oops. Fucking piece of shit. Where's my hand? I'm right here. Right here. That's root 2 over 2. And that's root 2 over 2. But now we just need the cosine of pi over 12 and the sine of pi over 12. Well, just convert that into degrees, and that gives you 15. And then, what's it called? You know how to convert that. No, you're not an idiot. Obviously, 45 minus 30 equals 15. So that's why I'm going to use pi over 2 minus pi over 6. So that's my equation. Because that is equal to pi over 12. Don't believe me? Do it yourself. I don't want to do it. Okay. So first, let's solve for the sine of pi over 12. Alright, so the sine is equal to that. Then you break that down into our formulas. They're on the board, so don't you worry. You don't have to fucking memorize it, even though you won't anyways. I don't even know if you're going to see this video. Alright, and it breaks down into that. Of course, because you're not stupid, you know that this... Hold on. You didn't see nothing, alright? That 4 was always there. Alright, well, the sine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2, and the cosine of pi over 6, we go over here to our unit circle, cosine right here, is pi root 3 over 2, then we do the same for this and this. We multiply straight across root 6 over 4, and that's root 2 over 2, and then we get that. We put that together, and boom, we know what the sine is now. So then we substitute that in over here. Root 6 minus root 2 over 4. And now let's do the other side. Boop, 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 boop. You didn't see nothing here. There's nothing there. Once again, these equations are on the board. So then we go to our handy dandy unit circle. Boop, boop. So obviously the cosine or sine of pi over 4 is always root 2 over 2. And then the cosine of pi over 6 is over here, root 3. And the sine would be 1/2. So then we get that. It's basically the same as the other side. Root 2 times root 3 equals root 6 over 4. And then that's root 2 times 1, which is root 2 over 4. And then boom, there's our other answers. So then we substitute that into for this one. And then here is how our answer looks like when it's all substituted in. Because you see how I solved for it individually. Then I solved for these, obviously, which is root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. You gotta multiply before you subtract. That's what always goofed me. And then always make sure you multiply the bottoms, because I saw you today and you weren't being a fucking dumbass, and I was impressed, because I wanted to be like, yeah, you're an idiot. But you're not an idiot, so... Okay. Foil that in. Boop, boop. So obviously, root 2 times root 2 is root 4. And root 2 times root 6 is root 12. Okay. I gotta explain the rules to you in another video. Root 4 is 2, so I just skip that step because I'm an idiot. And it's basically the same over here, it's just a different sign. That's root 12 plus 2 over 4, over 8. Oops, you didn't see that 4 there because I'm smart. Then you put it all together into one mega equation. That's an 8 right there. Whoops, you're not seeing nothing. And then this 2, that's minus 4. The 12 minus root 12, they cancel. So you get root 4 over 8. Then you simplify that down into negative 1/2. I remember the test had something like 7 pi over 12, and I want to say pi over 12. So we had to substitute it 4 times. I remember the answer I also got was what, negative 1/2. So if you get a 7 pi, so instead of getting cosine pi over 4, you get like cosine 7 pi over 12. Try to see if it's 1/2, negative 1/2. Yeah, hope you get this. Just wasted 5 minutes making this video. Fucking curve setter. You better be curve setter.